Hi guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to be doing a review. This is my review shimmy because I haven't done one of these in a while. Of my gorgeous Louis Vuitton Keepall 45 Monogram Eclipse Bandoulier. That's a really long name. Louis Vuitton Keepall 45 Monogram Eclipse Bandoulier. Okay, before I get into that, I just want to say thanks to you guys who have been subscribing to me. I really do appreciate it, and if you're new here, I hope you will subscribe. If you have been watching me, you know that I purchased this a few months back in the London Heathrow Airport Louis Vuitton shop, and so if you're interested in how I snagged this puppy up for significant savings by evading taxes and taking advantage of currency arbitrage, go head over to that video. I will link it down below. For today's video, I'm really going to be talking about my thoughts of this bag, why I chose it, and yeah, I guess that's kind of it. I will say some of this information may be slightly repetitive from what I originally said about this bag, but hopefully you'll still enjoy this video. Okay? Let's get into it. So first of all, I got this because I'm just in love with this pattern. I've always been a bit hesitant about the classic monogram, even though I've always loved the Keepall style. The Keepall is definitely one of Louis Vuitton's classic bags. It's an investment bag for sure, which I also made a video about what I think an investment bag is, so you can head over to that video as well, linked down below. But yeah, I think this is a great design of a bag, such a classic duffel style travel bag. You really can't go wrong. But I was a bit hesitant about the classic monogram version of this because that's just a lot of vachetta to deal with, and because this is a travel bag, I don't plan to be all delicate with it. It is going to be, you know, coming with me in party situations, and it needs to be able to withstand that, or my heart needs to be able to withstand that. So I just know if I had a classic vachetta, I would be like, every time I had to put it on the ground or go through an x-ray machine or whatever, whereas this guy, because the leather is already treated just like in a damier band bag, I don't have to worry about that at all. Not only that, but if you watch my videos, you know that I wear a lot of blacks, and I do love a very neutral wardrobe, so this immediately spoke to me. I just think it is cool, and frankly, I'm pretty cool, so it fit right in with me, and yeah, I'm obsessed with this design and this pattern. And it's not something that everyone has, so I also love that. It turns out that it came out over the summer in 2016. A lot of it was sold out in the US, so I don't know if it's available in the US now, but definitely do love this design and pattern. So if you are interested in a Keepall and weren't sure about the classic monogram, do consider this Monogram Eclipse for sure. Okay, second thing I've been really loving about this particular bag is that the interior has an actual pocket. Now, the classic version of this bag, as far as I'm aware, does not have this pocket. I would not be surprised if in the future they start manufacturing it with the pocket, because it's such an important element of this bag, I think. You know, that was another reason why I hesitated about getting the classic bag, because I just can't imagine this bag just being a giant void like this. I just think for something of this size, to have no pockets and no dividers would really be annoying to me. And especially for travel, this pocket is great because you can just slip your phone, passport, tickets, you know, all of that in there and just be really easily accessible rather than having to fish around in this giant void of this bag. So I got mine with the bandoulier, obviously, and I think if you're considering a Keepall, just accept that you will be paying more and get the bandoulier, because I just don't think this bag is very smart to use without a bandoulier strap, because it would just get really heavy if you had to hold it by the top handle all the time. This 45 size obviously means I'm also limited in what I can put in there, which is actually a good thing because I don't like to carry a giant duffel. It's tiring. I'd rather roll a suitcase along if I'm going to be bringing a ton of stuff. And so having this size that can sit on top of the suitcase so I don't have to be like carrying it everywhere myself all the time is also great. And also because it's smaller, it won't ever be as heavy as a ton of bricks, but it's also saved then by the fact that it has this strap so I can just sling it over my shoulder at any point. Now this bag has all the bells and whistles of the classic. It has the lock, and that is one thing about this bag as well, is that the hardware I'm trying to show you guys is this gorgeous, gorgeous gunmetal. And you know, in the photos online, I feel like it looks like it's silver, but it is gunmetal, and again, edgy and cool. So anyway, it has the bells and whistles, like this lock, like the little strap hand or strap belt, the luggage tag, which I've yet to get monogrammed, but I will be doing that soon, one of these days. And yeah, it has the nice bandoulier, I don't know what else. The interior also has this little key ring. And the monogram goes all around and is one piece, so you have the upside down side and the right side up side. In terms of storage, you can see that I stuff it with all of these little air baggies that I get from Amazon shipments. So every time I order something from Amazon and it comes with those air pockets, I save them and use them for things like this. They're also great to use if you have like tall boots and you just need them to sit upright. So yeah, pro tip there if you want to recycle those air baggies. Okay, so I think those are kind of all the things I wanted to say in terms of the things I like about this bag. I will also be doing a couple of modeling shots, so stick around to the end for that. But before I get into that, I do want to say there is one thing that I wish were slightly different on this bag, and that is this top handle drop. Don't get me wrong, from a pure aesthetic point of view, the proportions of this bag and this drop are quite perfect. But if you're wearing a watch or bracelets or whatever, and you have a habit of, you know, throwing this into the crook of your elbow, ugh, it's like hit, jam. It's not a big drop, so you have a tendency to be hitting stuff like that or getting it caught. At least I have noticed that when wearing this with my watch. Now, you know, I guess this is a case of form before function, because proportionally this is a good length drop. So I guess, you know, I can't complain too much, but I do want you to be aware that when you're, you know, using this bag and you'd like to wear it in the crook of your elbow, maybe put your bracelets on your other hand or something. So that is one thing that I've noticed about this bag that I find slightly annoying. If it were a bit bigger, or if these handles were a little bit more flexible, which would look ugly, admittedly, that would not be as big of an issue. I do wonder about this though, because I don't own a Speedy, and I believe the Speedy drop is even smaller than this, and so many women like to carry our bags in the crook of our elbow, so I'm like, does that bother you when you do that? It's really annoying, I've been finding. So anyway, that was just my one small little complaint, and honestly that's kind of it. I don't have any other complaints about this bag so far. Okay, so for this bag, this is again the 45 size, which means it measures 45 centimeters across the top here. And that is the smallest size available, which I think is a great size for what I described in the travel scenario, sitting on top of a carry-on suitcase. Also a great size for a gym bag. You can see it's not humongous on me, and I'm about 5'6". So this is what it looks like, just holding it from the top handle. If I use the strap, and the strap is adjustable, and right now I have it set on the longest length, just so you can see what that looks like. The longest length I think is a little long for me from wearing it on my shoulder like this, but it is a good length for me as a crossbody. And yeah, this is not the best look, but it's a great way to wear this bag if you just are running through the airport and in a rush. So I think, again, it's a great size. Now I will show you what it is like on the shortest setting, just so you can see. Okay, so now I have the bag on the shortest setting, which is quite significantly shorter. So yeah, it's quite high up on my shoulder when I wear it like this. Definitely could not do a crossbody, but if you are shorter or just like to have more balance like this because your center of gravity is more centered, this is a great way to wear the bag. Okay guys, that's it for me. If you have any questions about this bag, you know where to put them, down below. And I will see you next time. Bye!